to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So what I'd like to do is, rather than jumping right into the meeting, we'll go with any public comment. If you guys have anything you would like to bring up, or
yeah, do you recall I was here a month ago regarding water problem from Sunrise Ave onto Fisher Road and onto our property?
Yes. Okay. I do recall that. I recall reviewing the drawings and things like that.
Yeah. So that night there was a little discussion amongst the three of you as a potential means of rectifying it.
Yeah.
And you were gonna, I came here because there had been no DPW meeting prior, and I wanted to get everybody familiar with the situation. There hasn't been a DPW meeting since, so we're back.
Okay.
Wondering what.
That also reduced our ability to act on it, as not having that meeting. Not having the DPW meeting has also slowed our ability as a group to make progress on that issue, and I apologize. Trying to work with the various DPW commissioners to set up a meeting so we can actually act on some things that have been building up. That's my perspective. I don't know if Charlie has more to add to it at the moment. It's not something that isn't necessarily we're not trying to say it's not a priority. It's just we haven't actually been able to act on it, and I apologize for that right now. I'm not trying to ignore it or push it off. I got a little distracted with some of the bylaw stuff we're trying to present for the special town meeting. We're starting to get into the budget season, and so a little of that's on me for not keeping that up there and trying to do what I can outside of a meeting. But it's also been difficult trying to do just that, because I kind of need the meeting and the rest of the commissioners there to do more than say, hey, this exists, which they know it exists. We just need them to do something about it, and I need the whole commission to be able to actually have authority and voting power to make something happen.
So is there a meeting scheduled for this one?
The meeting was scheduled for tonight and it got canceled. They had to postpone. Specific details weren't listed other than they couldn't make it work because I guess Tuesdays are difficult for several of the commissioners or other standard attendees, whether it's Jason or his administrative assistant. And the holiday pushing it to Tuesday made it, that's the best I have right now for an answer. That's all the information presented to me, and I'm trying to see what we can do about making something happen before next month, because this is the third or fourth month straight in a row where we haven't had a meeting.
There hasn't been a meeting since July.
Okay, August, September, October. So this would make the fourth. And I agree, it's right now I'm a little frustrated. We got to make this happen. We can't keep pushing it off. So I'm going to do my best to do just that.
There's no date specifically scheduled for November.
Not at all. After they sent the cancellation out, the follow-up was I'm attempting to try to reset the date with information from the other members, and I haven't seen any updates since then. Now this happened last week. I think we got the cancellation notice. So I'm not saying that they told us 2 weeks ago and have done nothing about it since. I'm just trying to give you a perspective.
I've been speaking to Shannon O'Connor down there.
Yeah.
She tells me that these Tuesday rescheduling of meetings to Tuesdays following a Monday holiday is like a default, automatic default situation with the calendar.
Yes, I do believe that's the case.
And so there was never any intention to have a meeting tonight for the TPW. Our concern.
Well, that wasn't brought to my attention until last week because I had every intention of attending a meeting. So I'm just giving you my perspective until last Thursday.
Thursday's when we received the notice from them.
Is when I found out we weren't having the meeting.
We've still got some very real concerns about going through the winter with this situation the town created. So not being clear about when the next DPW meeting was going to be, and whether I should come here again tonight, I put in a call to Jason Pimentel. And I got the impression from him that there is no plan to do anything about this. Through
Well-
he said through a conversation with the Board of Selectmen. So we got some real concerns about
We're being told to do things.
being just kind of put off and put off and put off until we go away.
I'll see what I can do about that, to make sure that the message is consistent, which means obviously our communication with him hasn't been what we thought it was.
Yeah.
What I would ask, Andrew, is if you could follow up with an email to the DPW commissioners as well as Jason, specifically on this item, if you don't mind just passing a message out to all of us.
Could we be in that room, so we could, see how it's responded to and what the message is?
I'm okay with that. If you want to make sure he has your email addresses, he can do
Sure.
that.
Sure. Then we'd all be on the same page, we'd all be hearing the same thing.
Understood.
I know you got some important issues in front of you every time you meet.
That
either
doesn't
selectman-
reduce your importance.
Right, but we don't want.
So that's why I apologize.
Reiterate the same information every couple of weeks when it has to go through an appropriate meeting. Well, we'd rather just go to that meeting.
Gotcha. And I agree.
I think that's the hard part is each month that it's planned, it's canceled. And I work evenings, so I've rearranged meetings to come to meetings, and then they're not happening. So, and not knowing, it's the unknown, not knowing when one is going to be, really. Because
Yeah.
when they get canceled twice on you, you're not sure of the next one that's coming. So,
I can relate to that.
okay.
So, my apologies again. We'll do our best to see if we can be better at communicating these things. So at least you know when and where. And second, see if we can get this on the table for discussion at the next meeting and actually set a specific date for the next meeting.
Okay. We would appreciate it.
And that's really part of the focus of that, if you don't mind, Andrew, in that email is we need to set a specific date sooner than later, preferably not the second week in December.
Because they've always been great at taking care of our road.
Yeah.
We really appreciate the way the town takes care of the road. This is a big problem that we need to take care of.
And they made an effort to correct it with a, if you recall, the outline timeline of what took
Yeah.
place. They did make an effort a few years ago with a small 14-inch
It's
diameter
just way too
culvert
small.
to
We can't handle the volume of water
accommodate the
coming.
additional water, but it unfortunately is ineffective.
Okay.
So it backs up onto.
Well,
our
we do
property.
appreciate the effort, but you need, a real solution has to be found.
Gotcha.
Okay.
No, I appreciate it.
Emails
Email
with.
address?
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you.
We won't trouble you anymore.
Okay, thank you.
no problem. And thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. Sure.
It's a mighty wood.
Another issue of similar
At gmail.com. That'd be great.
requests
Yeah,
and
thank you.
updates and not
Here
no
you go.
action being taken for weeks
Stay
and
for,
months.
stay for, it's miserable.
Tree removal request. So we just gotta figure out where he is with the public meeting. I mean, it's his decision. It's just we need to make sure public meetings appropriately scheduled and posted and that those two are actually notified of it so that they're able to attend. No word from Greg. Any new items on this?
No new items. The only thing is I provided 2 different copies. I know that there was a discussion before as to whether or not you wanted to keep the moratorium on the warrant, so I prepared 2 different warrants, one with and one without, so that way we'd be prepared to move forward however you guys saw fit. I did have one request that came in late from the veterans agent regarding the replacement of flags around town. So he said that the flag, we had a verbal conversation prior to the warrant closing, but I didn't get the written request until until last week, and it wasn't on the warrant that I presented to the finance committee, so I didn't want to present it afterward and go, oh hey, I forgot about this. But I think that the amount that was being requested would be a small enough amount that we could cover it under our maintenance to town buildings fund if we just wait to see how the winter goes, and then if that number gets or if the that fund gets taxed, because it's really kind of just an account in case something goes wrong. So I think if we can get through the winter, we might be able to use that fund to fund a replacement instead prior to Memorial Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if you felt it appropriate, I'm guessing they could buy that under some type of operating account that's already there for each building.
Right. Yeah, it was.
And then if we need to come May, we just do a transfer to cover the difference.
Okay. Yeah. My thought was the maintenance of town buildings. It seemed to be an appropriate use. So.
No, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
All right. Well, we do have a quorum, so we can go through the warrant. Which one has all the articles? 13 or 14?
The one that's 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through that one. It's pretty much the same. And all right. So for those listening, this is the draft special town meeting warrant for the special town meeting to be held December 11th. The intent here is to review them all, approve them so that they can be properly printed and posted in time for the special town meeting. First Article 1 is regional animal control. It's to pay for an FY18 regional animal control assessment that was not recognized or received timely prior to the end of FY18.
The FY18 budget had not been adjusted. I guess it had been received, but the FY18 budget had not been adjusted prior to the final appropriation. I guess it came in. It probably came in late, but just wasn't one of the last corrections. That I was trying to track the timeline on it. It just seemed that they were unsure where it was going to be, and then we got to town meeting, and they voted it, and then it was, oh well, here's the real assessment number, and that was never corrected at special. So.
Okay. So, I make a motion to accept Article 1 on the warrant.
Now second.
Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 2, Public Safety Builders Risk Policy. See if the town will vote to transfer from available funds a sum of money to pay for costs associated with an invoice for Renaissance Alliance Insurance Services LLC invoice 204004 in amount of $530 from FY18. Similarly, timeline of receiving the invoice and getting it paid under FY18 budget slipped, so we are now just trying to ensure it gets properly paid. I make a motion to approve Article 2 to be incorporated into the special town meeting warrant.
Second.
Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 3, Fire Department Engine 4 replacement. To see if the town will vote to raise appropriate or transfer from available funds, or authorize the town treasurer with the approval of the select board to borrow by the issuance of bonds or notes under the provisions of Mass General Law 44, Section 7, the sums of $500,000 for the purchase of a new fire engine to replace engine number 4 or any other sum, said funds to be expended under the direction of the select board, and further that any premium received by the town upon the sale of any bonds or notes approved by the vote, less any such premium applied to the payment of costs of issuance of such bonds or notes, may be applied to the payment of costs approved by this vote in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 20, thereby reducing the amount of authorized to be borrowed to pay such costs by a like amount, or take any action relative thereto. For anybody interested in the details of this, it's being discussed in Finance Committee and Capital Planning Committee meetings. I make a motion to accept Article 3.
Second.
Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 4, Assessor's Vision Upgrade. To see if the town will transfer from available funds, et cetera, the Assessor's Vision System, which is a software program, correct?
Correct.
I make a motion to accept Article 4.
Second.
Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 5, Police Department tasers, to see if the town will transfer from available funds a sum of money to purchase of tasers for the police department, or take any action relative thereto. I make a motion to accept Article 5.
Second.
Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 6, authorize senior transportation change from WRTA to MRTA. MARTA, right? Montechusett Area Regional Transit. We'll just have to make sure we,
Okay.
I make a motion to accept Article 6.
Second.
Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 7, amend Article 6 of June 19, 2018 annual town meeting. See if the town will vote to transfer from the PEG access and cable related fund $50,000 to be expended during the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2019 under the direction of the Board of Selectmen for necessary and expedient cable related purposes consistent with the license agreement, of which the sum of $50,000 shall be allocated from the available fund balance, or take any other action relative thereto.
I will second the motion. You did make a motion, right?
I make a motion.
Second.
Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 6, accept Mass General Law, Chapter 64 in Section 3 and adopt a 3% local sales tax on marijuana products. I make a motion to accept this article.
Second.
Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 9, marijuana licensing bylaw, to see if the town will vote to amend the code of the town of Barre by inserting a new chapter 160 marijuana establishment licensing, or take any other action relative thereto. Make a motion to accept Article 9.
Second.
Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 10, amend solar bylaw, to see if the town will vote to amend the code of the town of Barre zoning chapter 140 by amending section 140-10.1.1 solar energy facilities special permit and site plan review, or take any other action relative thereto. Make a motion to accept Article 10.
Second.
Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye. Article 11, marijuana establishments zoning bylaw, to see if the town will vote to amend the code of the town of Barre zoning chapter 140 by inserting a new section 140-11.2 adult marijuana and marijuana establishments, or take any other action relative thereto. I make a motion to accept Article 11.
Second.
Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye. If anybody in the crowd actually wanted to step in and discuss, please yell at me because I'm just kind of in a routine. Article 12, extend the moratorium on recreational marijuana establishments. To see if the town will vote to amend the code of the town of Barre zoning chapter 140.11.1, temporary moratorium on recreational marijuana establishments, or take any other action relative thereto. I make a motion to accept Article 12.
Second.
The discussion on this was how close are we to this being a de facto prohibition, which we already voted against in the last town meeting? It is my recommendation that we allow one more chance if it fails to pass a special town meeting, but I would not support another moratorium after this. Call for vote?
Aye.
Aye. Article 13, amend Article 34 of June 19, 2018 annual town meeting to see if the town will vote to amend vote taken at the June 19, 2018 annual town meeting, Article 34, by inserting following words. Provisional certificate of registration for marijuana dispensary. The words "for in the town of Barre," or take any other action relative thereto. Make a motion to accept Article 13.
Second.
The only other discussion point that came on this was a request to make sure we checked with the citizen who issued the citizen's petition for this article to clarify if there was any concerns from the citizen.
I did talk with him. I just told him basically all it did was clarify that it had to be within the town of Barre, and that it didn't affect his the way he was currently moving forward with his proposal, and he was fine with that.
Okay. Call for vote?
Aye.
Aye. Article 14, citizens petition. Place a permanent basketball hoop to be installed in Nornay Park. To see if, I misread that. Permanent basketball hoop to be installed in Nornay Park. To see if the town will vote to have a permanent basketball hoop installed in the Nornay Park South Barre area so the children can have a safe place to play and practice shots at the hoop, or take any other action relative thereto. I make a motion to accept Article 14.
Second.
Call for vote?
Aye.
Aye. All items on the warrant were accepted. Only the one revision for Article 6, the little typo on the MRTA.
Yeah, just throw another A in there. It's not on the signature page, so that should be easy.
Right, so. If I'm correct, the only other item was an executive session item?
Correct.
On the agenda?
Yes.
Let's see.
14. David side 14.
Sorry, I don't know those signals.
I gave you one letter,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Thank you. Say it anything, just
Yeah, maybe do
sign
the
all-
same here, and if you
all
could
copies.
share it with either the Conservation Commission
Yeah.
or any of our other outdoor affiliated, whether it's open space and rec or, what?
Need to sign all
Yeah,
that.
no
No,
problem.
they're what, Parks and Recs? No, they're not really that type of, they're a different type, but you know what I mean.
Right, yeah.
Just copy whoever you think it might matter to them,
Yeah, I'll just send it off to all the departments, those who might have a comment.
throw it to Ed Yaglu, I know he's big on that stuff too. So we're good here, we're just doing the gazillion signatures. What do we got, 7 or 8 of these that we normally sign?
Seven.
So I can feel better, like, I can count them and feel comfortable, like I did it all. Right after we sign these, sir, we'll make the motion to go into executive session.
Signatures aren't the same when I finish, when they start.
It starts where you can read my name, and then
What?
it becomes, I learned early in life, it always looks like a squiggly line. And I'm not even a doctor, I just figured I play one on TV, or I stayed at a Holiday Inn.
Yeah, I mean, it's a water department, especially expensive for
Definitely, that one did.
the other position.
I think that's all. I'll take a ride up and look at this.
You have a court
Turns down at 5.
There are 8 signed warrants
I
here.
wasn't suggesting.
You were 10.
have a court
Just printed one extra.
I printed one up.
Perfect. Plus one in our office.
Alright, I don't have the agenda in front of me to properly read the reference for the executive session item, the
Yeah.
chapter 21, section such and such.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, I just dawned on me, I just don't
And
have
you know
it.
what, and I said, oh, I gotta do this, and then,
Was generally, it's like I remembered all the agenda items, I just forgot to,
You know, operational factors, you gotta do it to explain what.
my phone's
There you
working.
go.
Thank you, sir.
Court officer. Yeah, they just have an issue with court officer.
Alright, I make a motion to go to an executive session as per M.G.L. chapter 30A, section 21A, exemption 2, to discuss strategy with respect to non-union negotiations. Police chief, upon the completion of that executive session, we will exit executive session, enter regular session, and adjourn the meeting. No further business will be conducted.
Second. I'm in favor.
Call for vote?
Yes.
Yes. Roll call, both of us, yes.